So welcome to the castle of Prune-aux-Pots, or otherwise known as the Chateau de la Prune-aux-Pots. Unbelievably, this chateau is only about 6 kilometres from where we live, but we never knew of its existence until I discovered it accidentally. The chateau is in the commune of Sillemont, which is on a gentle slope looking towards the Creuse, where we live. Amazingly, this chateau was built in the early 1200s, all that time ago. And unfortunately, it's been abandoned for a very long time. So rather notably, the chateau was occupied by Henry IV, the English king. So Henry IV was attacking Argenton-sur-Creuse, which is our local town, and he decided to take residence in this chateau during that period. Despite the fact the chateau has been abandoned for 600 years, it still pretty much is complete, and you can see how it was constructed. If you look at it from the air, you can see that the entire chateau forms a square, and there's a courtyard which is enclosed by battlements and huge walls. It's got a square tower and 2 round towers. There's a large oval door and a small square one to gain access to the chateau, and originally it would have had a drawbridge. The largest of the towers is actually the old keep, and that's got a staircase leading to all the floors. At bottom of the square tower is the chateau's reservoir, and that's fed by a local fountain. So here we can see one of the firing slits where the arrows could be directed out from. And look at this opening here, one of the original window openings, and it's got some seating either side, which is quite quaint. So this is the large square tower, or the keep, the original keep, and this is where some of the wall of that keep is now falling away. But it's still remarkable that after all this time, after 600 years of no maintenance, it's still relatively solid. This is remarkable. This is one of the ground floor toilets, and it would have acted like a dunny, which is an old British term for an outdoor toilet, which is basically a hole to a pit. But these ones had a hole down to the moat, and unfortunately it's blocked, so you can't quite see all the way down to the bottom. Isn't that remarkable though? So we have a toilet that's 700 years old, just there as if it was used yesterday. Look at that detail there. That's where they had to join the wall, but they wanted an opening there, so they had some support lintels. And here we are, the main entrance. So it's got this Norman type gate, and then next to it a smaller square gate. And you can just see in the distance there where the landing position was for the drawbridge. You can see the slits at the top, and those are where the chains or the ropes would have come down to activate the drawbridge and lift that drawbridge up. Obviously that's long since gone. And there's that landing pad. And then what's green now, all of that would have been the moat. So it would have had this outer protection of water. So we're just approaching now what is known as a Colin Tower. So this Colin Tower, the rectangular tower inside, has got a staircase which is housed in a semi-hexagonal adjoining turret. So as we pan up, we'll see just on that, I'm going to pause it just for a second, the coat of arms would have been above that fireplace. So that was the coat of arms for the Pot family, P-O-T, and they originated from the Limousin. And here's an image of Regina Pot, 1342 to 1431. So we have a big fireplace here on the ground floor, and then working our way up, we can see where the timbers would have gone in for this first floor, and there's a window and a firing position here. And as we go around, we can see another big fireplace there, look. And sometime in this life, it's been rather neatly divided, made smaller. And they've used old stone there, dressed stone at the corner there, so they've done a decent job. And then we go up, and there's another massive fireplace just here, and then the rows of the timber where the floor would be, and then finally right up the top there's another line where the timbers would have gone, and possibly that there is another fireplace. Just going out on this ground floor window here, and look at that, you've got a firing position on your moat here, so you could provide fire from that slit there across this way, and then you can support that position from here. This is the big fireplace on the ground floor. Got to be very careful because of falling masonry, but it's such a shame you can't pick that up. It is open all the way to the top. Remarkable. And we've got on this floor, look, we've got another toilet, another dunny. Let's see if this goes down into the moat. Oh, it's blocked up. It's well blocked up. Can't see it, but there's a vent here. There's also a firing position here, look. You can see that by the angle of the masonry. Means that you've got a good arc of fire, but from the outside it's quite a small target to be able to shoot into. Just got my flash on now, look. These are in very good condition, these steps. Little cubby hole here, look. Underneath the steps, another one below. And then we go down. Be very careful with my footing. To water. Wow, look at that. We're going up. Let's see how far up we can get. Safety of the stone. Still goes up. Wow. Look at that for a view. It's getting slightly windy now. We're at getting towards the top of the tower. Followers of our channel will know that one thing I have a weakness for, and that is heights. Absolutely petrified of heights, and I've tried everything I can do to try and combat it. So this isn't easy for me. Look at that. It does go further on, look. How many people would have trod these steps over the years? And them out. So this chateau, remarkably, I still can't get over that it was abandoned by the Poe family in the 1400s, and it's been uninhabited and in ruins ever since that date. Isn't that just remarkable? This must be the longest period of a castle not being occupied and still standing in relatively good condition. And just down to the left here, this is the marshy land, which is the remnants, what would have been the old moat. Again, just looking at the walls there, the fabric is in such good condition. The mortar and the stone alignment, I mean, that was built to last, wasn't it, by our ancestors 700 years ago. So it's just started to rain quite heavily. So unfortunately, that's going to be the end of this trip. Come unprepared. Believe it or not, this chateau is 5.4 kilometres from where we live. We never knew. So I hope you enjoyed that. We're getting quite a reputation for visiting abandoned castles in France. Until next time.